Hello, everyone. Good evening, I should say. Um, Happy Monday, I guess it is. It has been a super busy day. I've been like nonstop for like 13 hours. So hopefully my brain functions properly for me to share it with you all tonight. I'm gonna actually pull up my Facebook as well. So if you guys are hopping on in Zoom, I'm going to pull up my chat box. You guys can let me know where you're tuning in from. And I'm going to try to multitask, but not listen on Facebook. So my name is Lisa Martin, for those of you that I've maybe not met yet. Hi, Annette. Hi, Finn. Hey, Gina, Bernice, Cindy. Good to see you guys. I've been doing Zooms all day and I'm tired of talking to myself. So I always appreciate when people say hi, and it's good for you to meet each other as well. That's one thing I love about our brand and our community. So tonight we're talking about custom blend. I'm really excited about our series this month. For those of you that have been following us for a while, we've been doing a Motives Monday series for the last few years. And this year we really just started to kind of work in themes. And it's been working out really, really well because there's a lot of moving parts to our brand and our business. And we want to make sure that people get a proper introduction to the people behind the brand. And so tonight I'm going to sort of give you an introduction to our custom blend system specifically. But then I'm also going to kind of talk about what you can expect throughout the rest of the month. We obviously have this Monday night series at 9 p.m. Eastern. We also have a Wednesday series where we do sort of the same thing. We go live in Zoom, broadcast on Facebook. And our Wednesday sessions are going to build upon the Monday session. So tonight I'm giving you an overview of custom blend system, and then I'll let you know at the end of tonight what you can expect from our session this Wednesday. So this is actually my favorite topic and part of our brand, if I were to be honest. I mean, it's hard to pick a favorite because there's so many things that I love about Motives, but if you're a guest, let us know too, so we can welcome you and help you with next steps. You may or may not know that we're a marketing company and we are a product brokerage company. And what I appreciate about that is that we pull best of the best, creme de la creme products from a multitude of manufacturers. And then we have exclusive proprietary rights to our products, our formulas, our individual products that are all housed and inventoried from Greensboro, North Carolina. So even though we're using a variety of different vendors to create one line, everything is stored and inventoried at our distribution center there and is shipped from there. So custom blend is a good example of that. We have a vendor that we procure the custom blend system from. We have a liquid system and a powder system. And what I love about that is we get that from a vendor who created the product line for med spas. It's a very high quality line. We're going to talk about that in a minute. And then, a lot of people may just focus in this space with custom blend, and you could piece together other products for your client's collection as needed. And I digress and always overshare. If you guys know me, you know that. So getting back on track to, why custom blend specifically. I mentioned this is really my favorite category of product because I'm not a professional makeup artist. I've learned to educate my clients on just a few essential steps when it comes to cosmetics and makeup application. But what I really found super interesting was custom blend. And I think I went to about 7 classes in the span of like 2 to 3 months when I first got started working with Motives. And it was because makeup was totally new to me, and certainly custom blending was outside my comfort zone, and I really just wanted to learn as much as I possibly could and become an expert. So I do want to encourage you all to attend a training as well, but we'll touch on that more toward the end. But why custom blend? I mean, it's kind of obvious, but let's talk about it anyway. I do think foundation specifically, face makeup, foundations and powders are the hardest products to master, to really get the perfect, not only color, but the amount of coverage we prefer, or the desired finish or texture. You know, if we want like a dewy finish, if we want a matte finish, what does that look like? If you are an industry professional, a great thing with Custom Blend is it can be an extension of your service menu. And what we mean by that is you can book a consultation, you can do them virtually. We've actually been doing virtual consults for years. That's been part of our curriculum. We've been talking about it. But now more than ever, it's relevant. And I'm going to also talk about a service we have on our website as well. You own all the formulas you create. So you're going to see an example. I kind of have snapshots of some of our tools and systems, and you're going to see how you can leverage the tools that we have. You can really standardize and streamline the way the consultation happens, how your clients are trying the product, how you're blending it, how you're getting it to them. But once you have a formula for them, that's, you know, something you can recreate time and time again when they run out of it. So you may only have to do the consultation one time, or perhaps like one time per season. I know, depending on, I live in Pennsylvania, so we're one of the states that have 4 different seasons truly. So depending on my skin color or my skincare needs, at that time, my formula might change. One thing that is huge is that we really want to empower artists to brand themselves. So, you know, there may be a lot of us that can all custom blend. And let's say, you know, I sit down with one of my clients and I create a custom blend for them. You may also sit down and do a consultation with the same person, and your blend might look totally different. And there's not right or wrong. There's a lot of ways to go about sort of the same target result, if you will. And the thing is that we've found is everyone has like a signature thing, right? So we all have some of our favorite modifiers or additives or tips and tricks that we will offer, whether it's part of the formula or part of the education. So again, it's a true reflection of you as an artist or an individual, and your style of working with clients. So obviously it's a lot of exclusivity and creates a lot of loyalty, because your client can't get that product anywhere else. It's a great way to brand yourself on social media and create curiosity for sure. And, you know, we'll give some examples of that as well. And it accommodates beauty in every shade and every age, because not only can we customize the color, but we can also customize, again, like different skincare additives, different modifiers and things like that, which we'll review. We have a very comprehensive system. We have tools that are available to all of our business partners who get educated and certified as a custom blend consultant. You could even do interactive workshops. Again, you can do these virtually as well if you're in a state that you're not able to get together in person yet. But maybe most importantly, as a peace of mind for all of you, it's a very high-end product line. It is hypoallergenic. It's botanically infused, talc-free, paraben-free, fragrance-free, dye-free, all these things, which I think are covered in future slides as well. And you know, I'm always a proponent, or I appreciate when I am doing market research or I see something where it's not just someone telling you, oh, they have a great product or service, or, you know, they're meeting a demand in the marketplace. I always feel like sometimes it's good to have a statistic or a fact to back that up. And in some of the market research we were doing, you know, I agreed with this, where the average consumers are saying that retailer shelves have become too confusing. There's too much choice and not enough guidance. So they're saying another viable option would be to customize products where consumers dictate, consumers dictate what they want and what they need. And, you know, in a sense, the customization really isn't new because people have always mixed and matched brands they use. But what is new are the technology, the platforms, and the services where we can help literally build their own products. Well, we're doing that. We've been doing that for like 10 years. With this system, and prior to the custom blend system we have now, we had one before. But as a product brokerage and a marketing company, we're sort of always moving with the marketplace and making sure that we are truly working with the best of the best product in order to offer our clients the best of the best always. So thinking about, again, what people are demanding, we can all, probably everyone tuning in tonight can relate to that, where, we want something, we want what we want and we don't want to sacrifice. So actually today I put my makeup on at like 8 this morning, and it's, however many hours, 13 hours later. And I haven't even touched it up. And I literally clean my house for like 3 or 4 hours. I live on a little farm. I was outside. My kids were in the pool. I made dinner. I was like sweating up a storm because I was just like running around all day like a mad woman. And it's still intact. And what I love about what I create for myself, which is in our recipe book, which I'm going to talk about, is it's a liquid that also has a powder, and it also has skin loving ingredients in it. So I'm very simple, very quick with my makeup. So I just wanted a one-step product. So we can create that where you're actually mixing liquid additives with powder additives and creating sort of a self-setting product. So it's really exciting. Again, it's not just about color matching, it's about lifestyle, really. So the other thing that we're going to touch, I'm going to give you an introduction on the systems itself, but I am going to touch on the profitability toward the end, because, when we came up with the theme for Meet the New You with Custom Blend, I feel like not only is it a way for you to look your best self because these products are custom tailored and unique to you, but it's also a way to sort of reinvent yourself during this time where you can create a really solid additional stream of income into your household through servicing other clients with our custom blend system. And so it's just a really easy thing to talk about. It's a really easy thing to market and promote because everybody wants it, and there's hardly any other places you can go that offer this type of customization. So I love these images. We actually worked with our creative team. We had a focus group of custom blend specialists, and we sat down and we talked about what are we wanting to see for our branding and our marketing and our advertising. And actually the focus group came up with the idea of like this magazine sort of cover photo. And so then actually my partner in crime, Lee, had a great idea to work with the creative department to come up with like this transparent overlay. And so you can create your own image, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So these three beautiful ladies are all custom blend specialists. There's so many more. I just grabbed these from our community group page, but I love that, they're all showcasing their blend unique to them. And how professional and amazing does this look? So it's the best way to kind of merge both your own personal branding with a nice streamlined professional continuity with the brand, if that makes sense. So let's talk about it. What can we create? Well, the obvious product to start with would be foundation and powder, right? Again, those are probably the hardest products for people to really fall in love with and find a brand or a product that they really feel enhances their natural beauty. Many times when we put face makeup on, we almost feel like sometimes it seems like it makes you look older. I don't know if you guys would agree with that, but I get that feedback a lot of times from my client. They say, well, I don't wear powder because I feel like, it sets in every line and wrinkle and makes me look older. So we can create a multitude of things, anything from blushes, bronzers, lip stains, brow pomades, lip eyeliners, like anything is possible, really. But I think, again, sort of mastering the basics comes from foundations and powders. And that's what we're going to be focusing on this Wednesday. We have a group of 4 different women, all different ages, all different skin types and tones. And they're going to all go live together at 11 a.m. this Wednesday. And they're going to mix up their own blend for themselves. They're going to apply it so that you see how quick and easy it is to mix up a blend and then how to apply it. I think, the how-to is really important as well. But I think, we're always trying to be mindful of a big audience when we do these segments. And so if you are a guest or maybe you are a partner with Motives, but you've not used Custom Blend yet, just know that, the goal of face makeup really is to even out your skin tone and provide a canvas for the rest of your makeup to be applied. It's also a great physical barrier to protect your skin from all of the elements, all the toxins and the free radicals in the air that cause aging. So even if you're blessed enough to have really beautiful, flawless skin and you don't think you need makeup to cover anything up, it's still great to create that canvas. The rest of your makeup's going to go on a lot smoother, but also it's going to help you age gracefully, because the number one cause of aging on our skin is all of the elements, right? The UV rays, the toxins, things like that. So it's really, really important that you're conscious of that. And so, the concept is we can start with the base shade and then we can perfect it with toners. We can add skincare additives. We can add coverage enhancers or things that will sheer out the product, and then add skincare as well. So I don't want to talk too much on this slide because I'm going to walk you through the system. I'm going to try to do it pretty quickly and proficiently because I just want to give you an intro. And then I want to encourage you, if you want to learn more, to actually attend a training where we dig deeper into these things. But as a business owner, I mean, these are incredible tools that we have access to. We have a client questionnaire. I'm just looking to see if I have one I can show you. That's the cover of the tablet. But then the client questionnaire is here. So this is the powder one, but maybe more importantly, so this is what you use to guide your conversation with someone as you're doing the consultation, whether it's in person or virtually. And then reciprocally, on the flip side, what we have is sort of a chart of how to create and measure the product. So there's 8 questions, and then on the back, there's steps 1 through 8, and it shows you how to create it. So as much as we could simplify, streamline this process, make it duplicatable, I'm really proud of what we've put together because there's no one else that has this. This is unique to our company. We created these client questionnaires. We also created a manual and a recipe book. And you can see the cost of these as a business owner is nominal. These are tools, and they're just here to equip you to be successful in building your client base and servicing them in a really professional manner, so that, you're not printing stuff out on your own and your ink's missing and it's splotchy and you can't read anything. So we just, we've learned that, especially in the beauty industry, admin things are not the forte. So we went ahead and we had all of this stuff professionally printed, and it's actually cheaper to buy it as a business owner, purchase it from your back office, than it is to send it to, say, like a Staples or a Kinko's or something like that and have it printed out. So the manual is a priceless tool. It walks you through the system. So a lot of what I'm going to cover over the next few slides is in this manual. And then the recipe book, we call that Inspired by You, because really it is. We came out with a bunch of formulas that our vendor provided us when it comes to blushes, bronzers, face powders, things like that, eyeshadows. But really what we're most proud of is that as our community of custom blend specialists create formulas that they love, we add it in there, and then we put your name, featured by custom blend specialist, Lee Rader, whoever the contributor is. And so it's a really cool thing to really be proud of when we're working together in that light. So preview of the system. Again, this isn't a training. I'm going to try to keep myself focused because I do tend to get into training mode because I'm an educator by nature here. But listen, there's things like sunscreen. We can add sunscreen to the product line. The foundation, the liquid system has an SPF built in already, but you can add extra, which is great. One of my favorite additives, and again, this is something that happens where as a custom blend specialist, you find your own little sweet spots or your own little tricks. I put Beauty Balm BB cream in every single blend I make, even if it's just a little bit, because it's a 5-in-1 cream that primes, hydrates, lightens, firms, and visibly improves the look of skin. Like, hello, who doesn't want that, It has retinol in it, licorice root extract. I mean, it's really amazing. Then we have modifiers like a thinner, which will just shear out the texture if someone prefers like a tinted moisturizer. We also have a coverage enhancer, which will add coverage. So those little tubs of coverage enhancer actually have 28% pigment. They're also what we're going to use to create a custom concealer. Then these are preferences. You can add a mattifier. For someone like me who has oily skin, the mattifier has a French clay in it, which will help with oil control throughout the day. It won't give me a matte finish because I'm oily, but if someone has more of a normal skin tone and they use a mattifier, they'll get more of that nice flawless finish. On the flip side, maybe you prefer dewy. And if that's the case, you know, if you want like a little bit of luminescence or that J-Lo glow, it's not shiny. It's not too much. It's just a subtle little amount. It's a pump or two that you're putting in someone's formula, sometimes more, depends on the skin type, you know, if they're dry, if they're aging, or if they have normal skin tone. And you learn, you know, how much of all of these to use when you take the training, which by the way, we're doing a lot of our trainings, all of our trainings virtually. So the base shades, we're going in order of how we add it when we're creating a mixture. But we actually have 7 base shades, and that's all you need, because what we do is we start here and you may mix or match, but it's real simple. You identify light, medium, or dark skin tone category, and then you perfect the base shade with a toner. So you might add, you know, like if you're using, the darkest color we have is espresso, but if that's still too light, then you can add these pigment toners and it'll make it even darker. Or because there's only 7 base shades, you might have to make the product lighter, darker. You also may need to perfect the undertone. So let's say based on someone's depth, meaning lightness to darkness, like I may pick right now, my base shade is tan, right? So I'm gonna pick tan as my base shade, but it might be a little orange on my skin. So in which case I could add blue to neutralize the orange and make my base shade perfect. So you just wanna use these toners to first perfect the base shade. The second reason you might use them is to match someone's natural undertones. So if someone has, you know, an olivey undertone, you might add a pump of yellow and green to match the olivey undertone. So it really feels like someone's liquid skin in a bottle. So again, I'm just giving you concepts here. If someone has sensitive skin, you can add an ultra soothing botanical that has these extracts that help soothe the skin. If someone's really dry, you can add hydrator. If they're oily, you add oil control. If they want anti-aging, we have a firming botanical, which is actually a soy protein, but it gives you a flash firming effect. And then we have this copper peptide multi-mineral complex that helps support collagen and elastin. I mean, yes, please, maybe both, right? You can add primer into your liquid foundation. So Fringe Benefit is something that it's a primer, but it's great for more normal to dry skin tone. Or you can add this age-defying matte primer, which is what I love because again, I have more oily skin, so I add that in my blend as well. Another one of my favorite additives is this whipping cream. You add just a couple drops and it changes the entire texture. It adds a lot of like air. It makes it sort of fluffy, like whipped. Obviously it's whipping cream. Anyway, I love this additive. It's just a preference. So if people prefer more of like that whipped creamy texture versus the liquid texture, this would do that for you. Rolling through powders, just to give you an introduction to the powders, they're made from a micronized mineral. They're super silky, soft texture. They have a lightweight natural feel, and they are micro pulverized, which means they're cut in 1/1,000th and then pulverized. So it's really, again, just super velvety smooth, floats across your skin without setting in fine lines and wrinkles. If there's, you know, if you're using products that have a lot of binders or fillers to them, then it's not gonna look as flawless or silky smooth as it goes across your skin. And that's when it's gonna actually make you look older. The other thing that I want to talk about with the powder specifically, again, dye-free, fragrance-free, oil-free, which is pretty wild considering, like, let me just grab one of the products for you. They're from the earth, you know, so we have one, it's hard to see, but this one's pink gold, so there actually is a pink tone to it. We have some that are even deeper and darker, but my daughter actually has my big kit at her desk in my family room. So we have amber, which is yellow, but the point is, these are from the earth. They're minerals mined from the earth. They're then put into a liquid aqueous state for the liquid system, or they stay in the powder system. So they're not going to irritate your skin unless you have an allergy to an ingredient, which could be possible. But you know, I've actually been working with Custom Blend for 13 years now, and I have lots and lots and lots of clients. My gosh, probably at least 50 or 60, if not more. Probably more, but either way, and I've never had anyone have an adverse reaction to our product. Not that it couldn't happen, but we teach you when we go through the training how to ask the right questions to avoid certain things if someone has sensitive skin or something like that. Anyway, the main point I want to make with powder is that it is bismuth oxychloride free. And that is a very common ingredient in most mineral powders. And why it's added is to give it sort of like a little bit of a luster or a nice finish, sheen. But it's a known skin irritant, specifically when you get hot, when your skin gets warm. So I've had many people that have said to me that, you know, they think they're allergic to mineral makeup. They can't wear it because it burns their skin or itches their skin. And so just through kind of going through the consultation and learning how to ask the right questions and asking them what they're currently using and what they like or not like about it, that was the common denominator. So I've heard that a lot from people. So I always feel like it's worth talking about, because you may be one of those people who you're like listening, thinking this is so cool and I wish I could have this, but I can't because I've had an issue in the past. More than likely, if you go back and look at the ingredients of the product you were using, it had bismuth oxychloride, which again is a known skin irritant. So we don't have that in our product. It is hypoallergenic, non-comedogenic, again, fragrance-free, dye-free, talc-free, paraben-free, all of these things. Color is from the earth, talked about that. So it's going to promote healthy looking skin. Again, quick introduction to the product line because we want to talk about some profitability too, which can really change your life. SPF amplifier. So again, you know, you can make a powder as a foundation and just wear powder, especially in the summertime. A lot of people like that. Or you could make it as a setting powder for your liquid as well. Similar to the liquid where we talked about having a thinner or a coverage enhancer, we have the same concept with powder. You can add the translucent modifier to make it more sheer, or you can add coverage intensifier to give it more coverage. If you leave it as is, it'll have like a nice natural finish, but if you prefer something a little more hydrated or dewy, you can add the Sunlight Gold, which will just give you a nice healthy glow, or you can add the Moonlight Pearl to give it a little bit more movement or a little more of an iridescent finish. I put HG finish powder in everyone's because again, why not? But it gives you that soft focus effect and a very invisible natural finish that'll help soften lines and enhance your complexion. And it also is great for photography. It's again, talc-free and non-drying. And this seems crazy that in a powder system, you can have something that adds moisture, but we do. We have this incredible moisturizing complex where you can add that into a powder. I tend to add this in most people's powder, and be mindful, like even sometimes people who have oily skin, because many times if someone has oily skin, they're lacking moisture, and really what they need is proper hydration, and their skin's dehydrated. So again, we teach you how to discern when that is the case, how to have the conversation. And sometimes, like, let's say it's like a teenager and they're just learning how to take care of their skin and they're refusing certain steps, like they don't want to use a toner or a moisturizer. Sometimes just through being the expert, like you don't even need to ask the question. You just know sometimes when to add it because it's what your client needs. So Custom Blend is a balance of what you recommend as a professional and then what the client is telling you that they need. But for someone like myself, again, who I do the right things, I take care of my skin, I have a proper regimen. I love using the balancing complex because that helps balance the oil throughout the day. Love this product. We don't have something like this in the liquid. Well, the copper peptide can offer similar results, I suppose, but it's a lightening complex, and it's specifically designed to reduce the appearance of dark spots for improved skin clarity and skin tone. So again, too, when you're doing the consultation, if someone's getting a liquid and a powder, which most times they do, you can create the formulas to be sort of opposite but complementary. So if I'm going to choose one additive, I might do a firming additive in the liquid and then give them the lightening complex in the powder. But we also do have a firming additive in the powder as well. Again, all natural extracts to give you those benefits. And then there's base shades, so light, medium, and dark. So during the consultation, you maybe remember, or maybe not, I'm going quickly, but in the liquid, we broke it down. We had 7 base shades, but we broke them in categories of light, medium, and dark. So then it makes the powder super simple when you're adding a finishing powder to know where to start. Same concept where you're going to use toners to perfect the base shade or complement someone's natural undertone. Again, you know, we teach all of this in the class. Okay, so that was a bit of a whirlwind, but I feel like people, you know, I can tell you, oh, we have additives and modifiers, but you don't really get excited or understand the complexity of the blends until we sort of break it down like that. What I like to talk about the most is the financial benefit behind this, because not only are your clients so happy that they're getting something custom made for them, and they feel beautiful, because it's the no makeup look is in, right? Like everybody wears makeup, most people wear makeup to look like they're not wearing makeup. We just want to feel more naturally beautiful. And that's what this system is all about. But on the right-hand side of the slide here is a picture of a flyer that we can download as business owners, and it goes through those 10 reasons why. But then also it talks about the power of profitability. And if you invest in our custom blend system, we have one large kit that has the liquid, the powder, and 100 different size containers. We have 5 different size jars and containers, and you get quantity 20 of each of those 5. And so basically, if you're filling all of that up, you're doubling your initial investment. So it would actually be in this example, and this is just an example, it's more, sometimes less, but let's just say the average person is getting a combination of these 5 products based on suggested retail and the number of containers in the kit. That's $3,000 worth of sales that you're generating, and that's double the cost of your initial investment, which is really exciting. So that's really always our goal when we're educating or mentoring a new partner, is let's help you get 20 clients with custom blend. Again, we go through this in a training. I'm not going to take too much time, but we took the cost of every individual item or additive or modifier, and we, based on the suggested use or amount in a blend, we broke it down to cost per use. And this is all spelled out for you. This is a screenshot from something that is actually in the manual. So if you're a numbers person and you want to dig in, I'm a numbers person, and I like, not that I don't, well, I was gonna say, not that I don't trust people, but sometimes I don't. But again, I know I appreciate when there's facts to back it up. So I didn't want to just tell you, oh, it costs about $15 to make. I wanted to show you that it does that. So we have a breakdown for both the liquid and the powder, where it's telling you its highest total, because let's say something like a pearl additive will normally tell people you can do 2 to 4 pumps of pearl additive in your client's blend if that's something that they choose to have or that you recommend them to have. So in this cost breakdown, we put 4. We always did like the most amount, the maximum amount you would possibly add. So these numbers are actually really, really fluffed, where you're making more money than this, but this is worst case sort of scenario. So let's just break it down to averages, okay? And if you want to see the specific breakdown as a business owner, you can download that manual as a file and have it on your computer. You can also purchase a professionally printed manual as well. But let's just say that every liquid blend, the average cost to create a product is $15. So every consultation you book, you should have a goal of doing a liquid and a powder for your client, in which case that's a $50 profit. It's an $80 sale to your client, but it's $50 worth of profit. That's amazing. And the other thing I wanted to say is that you could charge more. This is just our suggested retail, where we don't want people to go under that. We don't want people to devalue it. But if you're pairing it with, if you're a professional in the industry and you're booking it as a service where you're doing the consultation and creating the product, then you can charge more, especially if it's like the first time appointment. Maybe it's $100 for the first time that you're doing the consultation, and then when they reorder, it's less. This is where the customization or the uniqueness of branding yourself comes into play. Hopefully that makes sense. So I just wanted to I wanted you to get excited about the profitability. So I'm just giving you some averages on numbers here. So think about that. For me, just being an average woman who learned how to custom blend through this educational program, I sit down and I do an hour. I usually schedule an hour with a new client. And in that hour, we're going to talk about preferences, lifestyle, all those things. We're going to go through those specific questionnaires for the liquid and the powder. I'm going to create both products, and an hour is plenty of time to do that. And I've made $50 profit in that 1 hour. It's an $80 sale, but 30 is cost of goods maximum. So hopefully that alone excites you, because I feel like that's a really good hourly rate. Again, we really want to get people started where, they're excited and they're profitable in their first 30 days, even the first month. We want you in the black. So we challenge people to do a self-directed challenge of 30 blends in 30 days. And more than likely, you could do like a consult every day if you'd like, but most people, what they'll do is they'll create some workshops where they're having more than one client at a time. And we teach you how to do that in the custom blend training. We have something called a Blend Your Beauty event. And so you can learn how to do the event where you're sort of walking a group of people through creating their own blend, and everyone's sort of doing it step by step, which is similar to how we teach the class, actually. So going to a class is a good way to learn. So let's just say you're committed to doing that, and you want to personally achieve 30 faces in 30 days. Even if it takes you 60 days, it's still doing awesome, okay? So let's say you have those 30 clients and they're purchasing $80, in product, like we talked about, the liquid and the powder. That's in sales. You've generated $2,400 in sales. And note that that large comprehensive kit, which by the way has your tablets of questionnaires, your manual, your recipe book, your blending knife, your blending paper, your liquid accessories, like everything you need. You're covering the initial investment plus earning $900 in profit. Like, that's crazy. And then what you want to do once you have those, when you're doing 30 faces in 30 days to create momentum and excitement, then you want to take those 30 clients and you want to incentivize them for referrals. And so you can use a program with our company where we have Party With Me 100 for free. For me, I just gift them an additional custom blend product. So if I am sitting down and creating a liquid and a powder and they're like super excited about a blush or a bronzer or something else, then I'll say, hey, if you refer me to 3 clients, or maybe you want it to be 5, it doesn't matter. I ask for 3. If you recommend me 3 people who would love this service as well, and I sit down and do consultations with them, then the next custom product is on me. I'm happy to give that to you. Or you could do something like, one of my favorite things is a face mask. This is an anti-aging sheet mask, which is amazing. It costs us as business owners about $10. But it's a great value to them. If they're buying it, probably be like $15 if we broke it down per item. So anyway, it's just a nice little luxury thing. You can give them one of our jade rollers or an ice roller as a treat. You know, thank you for your recommendation. More than likely they're going to reorder this. So, oh my gosh, see, I digress. I'm in training mode. But the point is, it's just custom blend is a great way to not only make a lot of profit quickly, but also it's sort of a stepping stone into everything else that we offer as a brand and a business. And then you can duplicate. Like I literally have had people where we're just having so much fun mixing up custom blend and they see me using my tools and I'm referencing my manual and they're like, you know, how, like, is this something I can learn to do? Because at this point I'm buying like 5 different custom blend products from you. I've introduced you to a handful of my friends. Like maybe I should buy the kit for myself and blend my own and service my own clients. So people will sort of offer themselves an interest to partner with you as well, just through you having fun. So again, the recipe book is customized and it's a great collection of our independent custom blend consultants and their uniqueness and individuality. And many of them have been so gracious in sharing things with us, which is super exciting. So that's actually a little bigger screenshot of maximizing your investment that we talked about, where you can go through those 100 different containers in your kit. Last thing I wanted to sort of cover is that you can go on your website. If you're a guest tonight, you can go on the website of whoever invited you. If they are certified as a custom blend consultant, we actually have a free service on our site. And you can locate that through the Learn tab, and then you click on Custom Blend. And it's the questionnaire that we talked about in this paper form. We actually now have it on our website. So you can answer those questions. There are pages or parts of the process where you're going to select skin types and tones that look similar to you, so that we know which base shades to start with. And then if you are a business owner like myself who's custom blend certified, you're going to get an email, as well as the customer getting an email saying, you know, you've completed your questionnaire. Here is what the answers were. And then I know based on the answers, because I have this magic flip side. So I'm going to take the answers and I'm going to know exactly how much to add. So hopefully that makes sense. Real quick snapshot, if you are a business owner and you want to view this on your back office, when people go take the questionnaire on your Motives website, you can also view it on your back office as well. You can also do a Blend Your Beauty event, which we talked about. And this is an example of a better shot of the custom blend surveys. Although if you guys are watching on Facebook, you probably can't really see any of this too well anyway. But more than anything, it's really to help guide my conversation and keep me on track, okay? So most importantly, it's really just to have fun. It's supposed to be an extension of you. It's supposed to make you really unique as an artist or a custom blend specialist. It's, you know, designed to make your customers just fall in love with their skin again. And the one thing I'll say is many people will actually experience better skin after wearing custom blend, which is pretty wild. But I've had many of my clients ask me that, you know, after using it consistently, they're like, this is so weird because the only thing I'm doing different is wearing my custom blend, but is it possible that that is making my skin better? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. That is a possibility. Again, because of all those amazing additives we have. So this is just an example, like, you know, share the process. People want to be in on it. Everyone has fear of missing out, right? So if you are at home blending up something for yourself, take a picture, put it on social media, invite people to be part of that experience. This is an example or an image of what the kit contains. So you see the liquid system there comes with a tower to stand it on. And then the powders are to the right of that. And then all the blending accessories. Obviously there's a lot more quantity of them, but we're just giving you a snapshot. And then the marketing materials as well. So if you were a guest tonight, you know, our brand is built on word of mouth, and we really pride ourselves on customizing this journey for everybody. So, you know, we would obviously love for you to try the custom blend product. Once you try the product and you love it, referrals are always a really appreciated gesture, because that's how we go about building our brand and our business as individual owners. And again, we can do workshops, and you can also evaluate the marketing plan behind Motives, because not only are we able to purchase at a wholesale cost and sell at a suggested retail, but we also can earn a commission on the back end. And it's much different than anything else out there. It's not multi-level marketing, so it's a much different business plan. But the last closing thoughts I wanted to leave you with are, if you go on your Motives website, and maybe I'll just see, I'm sharing my screen, so maybe I can show you that real quick. Hopefully, my computer doesn't end up being super slow. My son just came over here and was like staring at me like he wants to ask me to play video games, I think. But anyways, we're not going to do that. So hopefully my internet's not going to be slowed down. But I just want to show you a couple things on the Motives website. And I gave you a snapshot of where to do your custom blend questionnaire, but also you can identify, well, here, it's actually a banner and you can click shop now. You can also locate trainings and classes that are happening as well. So as a customer, this is what your experience will be. It's a beautiful, beautiful landing page. There's a little sizzle video to give you information on that. But you can also learn more about, you know, any of this on this landing page as well. There's just this website has so much information. And so I just want to encourage you, if you are a guest, to check that out, fill out it. If you don't yet have a custom blend consultant, you can fill out an inquiry form and we'll match you with someone hopefully close to you, so that if you are able to get together in person, whether it's now or next year, we want to be able to service you to the best of our ability. But like I said, we're also very proficient with doing custom blend virtually. That is part of our curriculum. You can look up classes. If you are a business owner, you can look up classes on your back office. You can also look them up on the website, the Motives website here. You type in your zip code and it will show you some classes that are coming up soon. Trying to think of anything else that I should be, oh, last thing. If you go on our Motives YouTube channel, maybe I can just pull that up for you, because I've learned, especially in this industry, that people are quite visual, right? But if you go on Motives YouTube channel, we actually have a playlist for custom blend. So I'm just going to click the official Motives Cosmetics here. Diva. We have a Talia collaboration too. But anyway, if you click on playlist, we have so many amazing playlists, by the way, on product knowledge, on tutorial videos, things like that. But somewhere in and amongst this mix is custom blend. So there's a Motives Custom Blend educational series. You can go ahead and click on that, and we walk you through how to do a consult, how to do an event, how to build your business. It's really, really amazing. And then if you are a partner, we also have a Facebook page called Motives Official Pro Partners, Motives Cosmetics Official Pro Partners. And there's a unit in our Facebook group that has plethoras of information, where it's a compilation of lots of other custom blend consultants, pictures, images, creations, videos, things like that they're sharing. So my goal was to keep this a half hour. I went long per the norm. I'm going to hang out for a hot minute if anyone has questions that I can answer for you. I have the chat up on Zoom if you guys are with me in Zoom. And then I will try to look at the Facebook as well. So Leanne, I don't know if you saw any coming through or not, but
No, I think you covered pretty much everything that I saw.
yeah. But thanks everyone for joining. You know, again, lots of self-directed resources and education. But you know, what I love the most, what I'm most proud about, is the community behind the brand. So make sure if you're a guest, you can even pop us a message on Motives. You know, the messenger on our Motives page on Facebook, and they will make sure that your information gets sent to someone who can handle servicing you really, really well. And this Wednesday, I hope to see you all. Well, you're not going to be seeing me again, but I'll be tuning in. But again, we're going to have 4 amazing custom blend consultants that are going to go live together and mix up for you and with you so that you can learn. And we hope that you'll continue to join our series every Monday and every Wednesday. We're just going to keep building on it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yes. So have a good night, everyone.